Bro, my second YouTube channel is gonna be so dope. My second YouTube channel is gonna be so fire. Sometimes I just gotta sit down and brainstorm, and I just get so enamored with the thoughts that I brainstorm with. I just can't control it. I just can't control it. But it's for another day though. What's happening? Let me clear my throat. Appreciate y'all. We here to talk draft today. We normally do this on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I wanted to pair these live streams up with my Senior Bowl footage that I got coming out. So at 7:15, which is 45 minutes, roughly 40 something minutes. We'll be watching the South practice of Senior Bowl. North practice, South practice. Yes, we'll be watching the South Team Senior Bowl practice. So that's the full 3-day joint, just like we did yesterday. But we're gonna do it again today with the South Team. So I appreciate y'all for tuning into that yesterday. If you haven't seen it, you need to tune into it to get your edification. You know what I mean? And of course, we're gonna do that again tonight. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Then we're gonna talk safeties tonight, though. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long, but we will talk about safety. So I ain't got a gang of safeties to talk about. I got like 5, because I normally don't watch a whole bunch of DBs until the combine. I normally watch safeties and corners after the combine, because the combine does really good at putting these corners and safeties, these DBs, in different drills that make them turn ways that they don't like turning. That's how you know how good a real DB is. Like when they can turn in any direction, right? You can have and like Josh Norman or something, right? Like when Josh Norman was doing his Carolina thing, and they were running cover 3 stuff out there, and he was really good at his back to the sideline, running deep and passing guys along to the inside. That was what Josh Norman was really good at. Do you draft Josh Norman first overall just because of that? No, you got to take in. Can you man cover? Can you? How you look in the flats? You know what I mean? So you kind of got to see how guys can move outside of their system. You got to see when they're uncomfortable. These coaches are going to make these DBs flip their hips and run in directions that they're not normally comfortable doing. So that's why combine is so pivotal to us watching DBs. It ain't even about the 40. I don't care nothing about the 40. It's just more so about can they change directions or whatnot. So we gonna hold off on a lot of DB talk until the combine, but I do want to hit y'all upside the head with some observations that I got watching film or whatnot. Okay. I got some housekeeping before we get started. Like I said, we ain't gonna be here too long. If you want to call into the show, the phones are lit. We'll get you in after I'm done with my soliloquy or whatever. 515-606-5187. Access code 309-104 if y'all want to call into the show and give y'all thoughts and opinions there. So I told y'all I was going to be dropping content all week because I was inspired by the Patreon crew, the PayPal crew, what else? The Super Chat crew, all those guys. And I said that I was going to be dropping content every day this week. So I finally got my schedule filled out or whatever. So today is Wednesday. Of course, we're going to be doing Wednesday things today. Y'all get 2 things today. Y'all get a stream and y'all get a video today. But we're going to be doing a Cowboy stream Thursday. I got 3 film sessions, 3 college film sessions next Monday, Friday, and Saturday. And then we got a Best Sack Technician episode coming out Sunday. So that'll be the schedule if any of y'all want the schedule. You know what I mean? Let's get started, though. Let's start talking about these safeties. I'm not going to talk about a lot of them. I just got like 5. I want 5 safeties that's really on my mind that I wanted to talk about today. The first 2 that we should be talking about, the one that plays for a community college, we gonna be talking about him. We're gonna be talking about the cat from Minnesota. He has a whole team behind him, so we definitely gonna talk about him. Then we're gonna talk about our free from California. All these guys do things differently, regardless of what they do in college. We're talking about what we do on the pro level. How do we project on the pro level? That's what's most important. And that's how I'm going to be evaluating these people. All right. I left my water. Y'all give me 22 seconds. Y'all can count it down. Like, don't go nowhere. Let me just get my water. Hold on. Yeah. All right, y'all. My fault. My fault. All right, so the first two safeties that should come off the board, in no particular order, Xavier McKinney, Grant Delpit. Okay, we got to talk about those two. And I think they play two different positions. I think they have two different play styles. They don't do the same things, okay? Let's get that off the rip. So now we got to talk about, if we're going to draft these guys, what exactly are they going to do for us? That's what we kind of got to differentiate before we can put the grocery in the basket or whatnot, right? So there's a lot of people that are down on Grant Delpit, and I know this because I read a lot of comments. I'm very active in comment sections. I hate Twitter, but I'm on there, and I just kind of know the vibes or whatever. And I see a lot of comments like, boy, I wish Grant Delpit tackled a little better. Boy, what's gonna happen when Grant Delpit gets to the league and he's gonna struggle against these bigger running backs? Look at what Najee Harris is doing to him. There's a lot of that going on. I think people are evaluating Grant Delpit as a strong safety because he played in the box sometimes at LSU. I get that, but Javon Kinlaw played at one tech sometimes. Derek Brown played at defensive end sometimes. Isaiah Simmons played at free safety sometimes. Laviska Shenault played at running back sometimes. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily where you see them play film at, right? You can evaluate a guy whatever way you want to evaluate. I'm not taking that tool from y'all, but we gotta look at guys in some type of context to what they're gonna be doing on the next level. So Grant Delpit on the next level is playing free safety. He might go in the box sometimes. You know, he might like cover some tight end or something. Like, you may ask him to do that, but his job mostly is he's playing deep and he's patrolling the middle of the field or the half of the field, depending on the coverages or whatever. If Grant Delpit gets run over by some running back that's running him over, that means 10 other defenders got smoked by that running back. That's just my thoughts. You're drafting Grant Delpit to do coverage things, to play with range. He reads quarterbacks really well when he's in coverage or whatever. So you're paying him to do free safety things. So let's not evaluate his strong safety things when we're talking about free safety things. When you watch Javon Kinlaw, and I'm making these comparisons because I feel like I have to. Like, if you watch Javon Kinlaw at one tech and they double team him and they kick his ass, you go, "Oh, I don't like Javon Kinlaw. Oh, Javon Kinlaw he can't take a double team. I need my one tech to take double teams." Well, he's not gonna play one tech for you. He's playing three. And it's more important when you evaluate what he does in a one-on-one situation in B gap versus a double team in A gap. You see what I mean? And when Grant Delpit does free safety things, when he's one high, when he plays half, when he's playing range, when he's doing cover things, Grant Delpit is fantastic. He like the honey badger? Not really. The other guys like honey badger. Or I would more so play Xavier like honey badger. I'm not playing Grant like honey badger. I'm playing Grant like, you stay your ass back there and look, that helps you this way, right? If you're a team to where you want your safeties to do two things, to where I want a safety to play free safety and strong safety. Well, you need to get a pure strong safety that's never gonna play free, because in my defense, Grant Delpit is a free safety that's never going to play strong. Okay? That just ain't what he good at. So you just kind of need to put your little, you know what I'm saying, put your young means together on that, and that'll get done. Xavier McKinney is the opposite of that, right? Xavier McKinney is like he's the total other side of the coin than Grant Delpit, right? Like Grant can play strong safety. He just, he's not the best at it. He's a better free. Xavier McKinney can play free safety. He's not the best at it. I would much rather him chase guys around and tackle them. I would much rather him patrol the box. I would much rather him cover these big body tight ends. I would much rather him do those things. Now, Xavier McKinney played more of a honey badger role than me. Like you can blitz Xavier McKinney and do things like that's who Xavier McKinney is to me. And those are two different kinds of guys, right? So if he's more of a strong safety, but he's more athletic than what you would think a strong safety is. When we look at Jonathan Abram, think about Jonathan Abram last year, right? From Mississippi State. Big missile is what I called him, right? And he's very good at tackling, going forward, hitting people, right? I think Xavier McKinney has some sideways play to him. I think he can turn, he can do things. He can go and cover slot receivers. Will he do it all the time? I ain't saying he gonna do it all the time, but he is able to play versus slot receivers because he has some turn ability in him. You know what I mean? He does have that ability to turn. Is his football IQ as high as Grant's? Nah, but he's a little thicker than Grant, I think. That's just me based on the eye test. Combine nerds will help me out with that, but I think he's a little thicker than Grant, and he tackles a little better. I'm gonna drop a Grant Delpit film session real soon. He's one of my 3 film sessions that I'm gonna drop. I'm dropping that Friday, I think. I'm dropping Grant Delpit Saturday. I'm dropping Chase Young Thursday. So yeah, just based on the eye test or whatever, Xavier McKinney look a little thicker, so he probably tackles a little better than Grant Delpit. But that's not to say that he can't tackle. But it's just depending on what you're getting, on who, on what you're asking your safety to do in your defense. You know what I mean? If you want somebody that can play both, you're probably better off going with McKinney. If you want somebody that's playing the box a little bit better, you're better off playing McKinney. You want somebody that's playing coverage, somebody with some more range, you're absolutely going Grant Delpit. So I think it's going to be interesting moving forward to see how we separate those two guys. Combine is going to be fun to watch. What else? So I know y'all going to ask me about Kyle Duggar. Let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell y'all something about the Kyle Duggar kid, man. I was watching some film on Kyle Duggar. And if you watch film on Kyle Duggar and you don't have the draft breakdown circle indicators to find out where the hell he at, that's cool. You don't need it because he's literally the biggest MF on the field. You can't miss him. Right? Kyle Duggar, he's the only one on the field of 22 people that looks like an athlete. He's the only one. Right? If you look up Kyle Duggar, you see him playing against teams like what is it, Mars Hill or something? Moon Hill? What's the name of that school? Hold on, give me 30 seconds. Like, you think they trolling. you think they bullshit. Hold on, give me a second. Hold on, give me a second. Let me go to YouTube. I'm gonna type in Kyle Duggar versus. I want to see the names of the schools that pop up. We got a couple more people tuned in here. I appreciate y'all for coming in late. We got film after this at 7:15, so be sure to hang tight, and we'll go over to the other video and watch some film over there. Let's see, Kyle Duggar, Mars Hill. Yes, what? Where the hell Mars Hill at? Chat box, can y'all help me out with that? What, Mars Hill High School? What's obscure state community college, huh? You know what I'm saying? And that's the biggest difficulty when we're talking about breaking down Kyle Duggar. Senior Bowl was big for him because he had to be in an environment where he was playing around other players that are possibly going to go to the NFL with him. So that was good for him. But we can't really evaluate based on his regular film because it's not like Kyle Duggar went to South Carolina A&T State University. You know what I mean? It's not like he's playing against, this ain't like a New Mexico State type of deal. Like, he's playing against Mars Hill. He's playing against scientists and shit. You know what I mean? Like, the people that build my microphone and laptop went to school there. They play ICDC college in basketball, Little Romeo school. Like, that's the problem with Kyle Duggar. But he's clearly the most athletic guy on the field. You can't miss him. You just absolutely can't miss him. So, based on what I saw, and like I say, this could be wrong because he's playing pickup games at somebody middle school or whatever. But based on what I saw from him, he's probably going to be an athletic, strong safety type. I think. he tackles pretty well, I reckon. He's pretty aggressive, but is he aggressive because he's playing against ICDC college? There's a meme going around about this buff ass dude in dreads. He's dunking on these little kids on a basketball court, and he's dunking on them because they little kids, right? Like, you're that aggressive because you know you're playing against little kids, but will you do that if you're not the big swole dude with dreads on Twitter meme? You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot of questions, man. It's a lot of questions about Kyle Duggar. But does it look like he can play? Sure, it looks like Kyle Duggar can play. What round you draft? Don't ask me that. Don't ask me that. I don't want to know nothing. I don't know where to draft him at. Like, my worst evaluated position is safety. Not that I'm bad at it, because I called Lil Missile last year. I'm just very aware that safeties drop or whatever. I'm aware of how safeties work. But in terms of expertise, I'm last place in terms of evaluating DBs, especially a DB that plays against Toys R Us State University. I just don't know what to call about Kyle Duggar. But do I like him while he's playing against those guys? Sure. Did I feel like he had a productive Senior Bowl? Absolutely. But there are some 4th and 5th round safeties that also had a good Senior Bowl. So we just have to cross that road whenever we get there. I don't know. Ashton Davis. Let me take a sip of water. Ashton Davis from California. He would be a free safety to me, right? He's one of those guys that kind of, in a Grant Delpit kind of way, he's a guy that uses his IQ, that uses his range to go make plays on the football at free safety. I'm not playing him at strong safety or anything like that. I would like to know what his measurements are in terms of like how much he weighs and things like that. You can probably get him to do some other things depending on that, but I think he's a natural free safety guy. That's what it is there. And I ain't got a whole bunch to say about him. It's just that he's a solid free safety dude. I don't mind that. He's probably going to be like a day 2 guy. I'm no expert. That's just me guessing or whatever. But I want to see how he turns. But I just want to see how he turns and what his true athleticism looks like. But it looks like he made a lot of plays reading people. And and that's fun too. That's fun too. And one more person before I get to these calls. If y'all want to call into the show, the number's on the screen, 515-606-5187, access code 309-104 to call into the show. Then there's Antoine Winfield too. Let me just take a sip of water on this. Now, think about Antoine Winfield. Cowboy fans are really big on Antoine Winfield right now. I think because a lot of mock drafters and beat writers are talking about Antoine Winfield, and a lot of Cowboy fans talk about whoever the hell the beat writers talk about. So that's that thing. I saw somebody say like Antoine Winfield was better than Delpit and McKinney, and that's where I kind of tell y'all to relax a little bit, man. Just want y'all to relax a little bit. I like Winfield. Winfield's cool. Winfield can play. Winfield is a football player. I like football players. This ain't about him being short. He's 5'10", which is off-putting, I promise. And I don't think he's 200 pounds yet. Combine to help us out with that. We'll know for sure. But he's a small dude, but he's a ball player. He's a tackler. He's around the football, but I think a lot of passes go his way because they don't mind throwing the ball his way. And that could be a reason why you got a lot of interception production from him. But to his credit, he's always around the football. He's probably not going to test very well. Like I said, his measurables aren't going to be great, and he will fall in the draft. Now, if you draft him in the 3rd or 4th round and he ends up being great, I mean, that's cool. We don't draft you based on what you're going to end up producing. Like, we're drafting you on your measurables, your actual traits. He ain't got a lot of traits, but his one trait that I do like over anything is that he's a football player. And sometimes being a football player can transcend like your true athletic ability and all that. So That's just that though. Let's get into the phone though. I got 4 callers. Let's get a little volume on this thing. We're gonna do that. We're gonna make sure that's cool there. And we're gonna hit some buttons over here. What up, Coach?
What up? What up?
This is Coach Evans with Sip to Tally Films. He has a fantastic YouTube channel. I hate breaking down linebackers. He's broken down like 8 of them. And he's also a Ravens fan. So if you're a Ravens content viewer, he's a Ravens content provider. All right. So go check him out. He'll be in the chat box. What's happening, Coach? What you got for the show?
Not much. Just want to talk about Delpit a little bit. He's really the only safety I've looked at so far because I've done a couple of videos about LSU linebackers, so Delpit was in the mix, a little bit.
Yeah.
And I do hear people talking down on him because of his size or whatnot, his slenderness.
Sure.
But like you said earlier, he's going to be in the middle of the field playing deep thirds.
Yep. Absolutely.
So all that like in the box stuff that people are saying can he do and can he not do early in his career? No, he's not going to do it.
See now, Coach.
He's going to be back.
See now, Coach, what we gotta do as couch talent evaluators or whatever is that we've got to quit overrating ourselves or whatever. What we learning from the new National Football League is that you ain't got to be able to do everything. Just kind of do what you good at, and we can work from there. Hollywood Brown was a guy that kind of stayed in his lane, but it worked for him. Josh Allen went to the playoffs because he stayed in his lane and it worked for him. DK Metcalf's another guy. So you're right with that. Go ahead.
Yeah. Find your niche.
Yep.
And be good at it. That's all you got to do. Just do your job, play your part, be a part of the team. And if he can patrol from from the middle of the field and not let nobody get behind him, like you said, and then in a run fit be the last line.
Yep.
He'll be good. And then he'll get, like you say, his grown man body will come into play. Yep. And maybe he'll be able to go down in the box and do some things later on in life.
Great call, man. Great call. That's all you got?
That's all I got. Hey, if y'all get a chance, follow my channel, Sip to Tally Films. I'm Coach Evans. I'm out.
Sip to Tally Films. He'll probably be in the chat box. Go and check him out. Good film. He taught me football. Like I sat in his meetings. You know what I mean? Like while he was drawing football on the board, I sat in his meetings and learned from him. So he's a good watch. Sip to Tally Films. Hey, so listen, I just want everybody to be aware that we have film at 7:15, so we got to get the hell out at 7:15. So when I get y'all on these phones, don't hold me all day because we got to be out by 7:15. But I will take your calls though. What up, Nick Gash?
What's up, Voch? How you doing? We're talking safeties tonight.
Everything, my guy. What you got?
Man, I've only really looked at one safety so far in this process, right? And that's Grant Delpit. But I've got McKinney and then Davis on my list coming up next.
Talk to us about Grant Delpit.
On film. I've talked about it before on the show, but I think Grant Delpit, there's a lot of misconception about him, about how he tackles and about stuff. Literally, what you basically opened up with about him. He's here to play free safety. He's not here to play strong safety.
Sure.
He has the instincts and he has the violence and competitive toughness to be able to play a strong safety, in my opinion.
Sure.
He's going to be a much better free safety. I think he's a good range dude. He had 2 interceptions in 2019, but then 5 in 2018. And I remember breaking down his film in 2018 and being really impressed with how he does his with his ball skills and stuff. So I think he had a down year. He didn't tackle as well, and that's a lot of people are going to talk about. But at the same time, Grant Delpit is still that one of those dudes that, even though he's a safety, he's going to fall. I still think he's really polished prospect. I think you can put him in your defensive secondary, and he's going to do great things. You know what I mean?
Before I let you go, tell me if you kind of feel what I'm saying on this. I like to craft arguments against myself because when I'm out in these streets, man, when I'm, you know what I'm saying, when these live streams come on and these Twitter thugs hit me up, I got to be able to have both sides of the conversation, right? So when I say, well, Grant Delpit gets a lot of hands on footballs, chat box, y'all peep me out too and tell me if I'm tripping. When Grant Delpit gets his hands on a lot of football, somebody say, well, Antoine Winfield has a gang of interceptions too. Tell me how Delpit is better than Winfield. And I thought about this, right? Think about all of the Antoine Winfield interceptions y'all have saw. He was in the area the quarterback was terrible, or he was covering somebody and they tried him. I was just on Twitter and I said, you know what? When a lot of people, when these DBs got a lot of interceptions, I mean, teams feel good about trying you. You know what I mean? And that's one type of interception. But if y'all watch Grant Delpit's interceptions, he's in the middle of the field. Then he'll use range to get to the left side of the field and he'll catch an interception over there. Or he's down in the box and he'll travel from point A to point B where the quarterback didn't even think he would be there and he catches interceptions there. That's the difference between a Grant Delpit interception and an Antoine Winfield interception. You'll figure this out the more you watch film on Winfield or whatever. Chat box, tell me am I bugging? Nick, tell me am I bugging?
No, I think you're absolutely right, and I'll give you even an example to go off that. You watched the 2018 game against Auburn.
Sure.
I think it's the third or fourth play in there. Jared Stidham throws an out route, and Delpit jumps the hell out of it, and he's able to go and get that interception. That was one of my favorite plays from Delpit, and that just like the way he jumped that route really showed to me that he has those ball skills necessary to be able to play.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I mean?
There you go. Hey man, great call. You only watched one safety, so you got a very short time on my phone this week. Next draft show we'll be talking about running backs. So everybody do y'all research on running backs, and we'll come back next Tuesday and talk about them. Holla at you.
All right.
Holla at you. Yes, sir. Holla at you. Chat box, tell me if I was bugging on that analysis of interceptions, and let me know what y'all think. Tony, what's good?
What's up, Voch?
Everything, my guy. What you got for the show?
All right, so I did want to talk in that Delpit. So as soon as I saw you doing safeties, somebody brought it up the other day. They was like, if you evaluate Grant Delpit as a free safety, those tackling issues do not look as bad as they should.
Sure.
I'm not saying seem like they did.
Sure.
Because he's not gonna be in those situations where he has to make those tackles. He shouldn't be if he defense,
He's the last line of defense. He is the 11th guy. Right. Go ahead.
Yeah. Also, I think a lot of it's elevated because of level of competition. Let's say Grant Delpit was at Minnesota. I don't know if those tackling issues would look as bad as he's playing against Minnesota's competition.
Oh boy.
Not to disrespect Minnesota's competition.
Sure.
LSU's playing against Alabama, Georgia, Auburn, Clemson. They playing all the top teams. So it's kind of
DeAndre Swift, Travis Etienne, Najee Harris, and them. Yeah, I got you.
he's going against all the top guys. So
Yeah.
I think that's also, a little overblown.
That's fair.
I really like Antoine McKinney because you was talking about how he's one of them. He's like a honey badger type. I kind of think it's kind of like the new age of safeties coming in now.
Sure.
Right. You got the new guys like Jamal Adams and Derwin James. Not that he is as good as those guys, but them guys who are not just true strong safeties but can do more. Right. They can man up on a guy or they can blitz. More they have more ability than a typical strong safety. I like him because he's versatile, right? Like he's a box guy, but he can cover. You can do a lot of things with him now. But yeah, I really like McKinney.
Hey man, he's fantastic. I like him a lot, and I think it's really going to be a conversation between him and Delpit, between who's the better safety. But at the end of the day, it all depends on what your team need. Appreciate it, Tony. Thanks for calling, bro. We talking running backs Tuesday, so go ahead and study up for that. We got 3 more. Let me
The conference has been locked.
Let me do that. So, hey, 7:15, we hanging up. We going to go watch 3 days of Senior Bowl film at 7:15. So I'll be dropping that link in the description. We're gonna go over there and have a little watch party. But don't take up too much of my time because we gotta get off at 7:15. But I'm taking all y'all calls though. Dave, what up?
Voch, my man, the Cowboys 6 from Lombardi. How are you, brother?
Everything, my guy. What's it like in New York, my guy?
Yeah, a little windy, a little cold. I'm out in Far Rockaway near the water, so, between the bay and the water, so get a little breeze, get frigid out here.
Understood, my guy. Talk to me about safety, sir. What you got for the show today?
Well, actually, I have more of your expertise in terms of a question.
Okay.
I was thinking, okay, we have need at safety,
Sure.
defensive tackles, and linebacker. Now, my question to you is, at 17,
okay,
predicting who you think's going to be there, and if do we go with the best player available, even though we do that later rounds? But you know what I'm saying. Do you think we go at 17, the best player available?
Well, if it's up to me, I'm taking Isaiah Simmons at 17, but there's a lot of haters that don't feel like he'll be there. But if it's up to me, I'm thinking that the Cowboys will have enough players on the team to be able to play prior to the draft, so we won't be in a situation to where we'll have to draft for need. But I think it's going to come down to either who's the best defensive tackle or the best safety that's available for us. And to be fair, depending on how these quarterbacks go, a lot of offensive tackles are going to go, receivers are going to climb. We don't really have a good idea of who's going to be there. We're in a weird spot in the draft where we can get a real good player. We just don't know which player that dude is yet. But if Delpit is available, I'll take him. But it depends on who's there. Like if Chase Young, get caught with some weed and it's him and Delpit, then I'm taking Chase. You know what I mean? So we just got to see what's going to happen,
So in terms of what you were saying about Delpit and McKinney, they're actually they're different, but they're actually free safeties, right?
Okay.
All right. So now, being that you think like we did it, we were notorious for doing it before, playing players out of position.
Well, as far as the Cowboys go, is if I'm drafting a safety, it's only going to be in the first round, because if I'm getting a safety, I want a clear upgrade. Now, I'm not going to use a later pick on a safety, because if that's the case, I'll just run what's my man's from Texas, Donovan Wilson. I would just run Donovan Wilson and Heath and Woods out there and let them be the. I don't want to spend a draft pick to even out. I want to draft to get better. If I can't get better, I'm going to go draft D-line or something. Thanks for the call, though, Dave.
All right, my man.
Yeah. I was thinking about this too, chat box. Let me ask y'all a question while I'm taking these next two calls, chat box. Besides Kanye West, what rapper got 5 classic albums? Which one of your hip hop rapper goats got 5 classic albums? Besides Kanye West. I'll get back to you, but we're going to get into the phones real quick to talk safety. Adrian, what's up?
What's going on, Voch? How's your weekend? How's your week going?
Everything, working hard for y'all. What you got for the show?
I've been looking through. I mean, I know we're talking about draft, but I'm wondering if especially for defensive tackle, whether we should be looking through free agency for defensive tackles, because we don't know how this coaching staff is going to be able to coach these new guys up whenever we draft these guys on, whether we need to bring on some people that have a little bit more experience in the middle of the field, just because, or not middle of the field, but middle of the defensive line, because it's hard to find the good defensive tackles that know what they're doing, coming out the gates in the NFL. It's just like trying to bring in offensive linemen to get coordinated with each other. The middle, the offensive defensive line, they're hard to teach. Now, they're harder to teach nowadays, and now that we don't have Rod Marinelli anymore, there's kind of a question mark at the position. So I was thinking, what do you think about that?
I think regardless of what happens with D-line, I think D-line is rough for rookies to come in year one and be great. Like, unless they like a top 5 or 10 guy, like, it's rough for these D-line to come in and just be great day one. That's a rough ass for these guys. Like they got to get into their man body and things like that. So regardless of the coaching, man, or whatever, I mean, if a personnel guy is gonna stay, because look, that's another thing about Cowboys too, is that we don't know what the hell this coaching staff like, right? Like going in the previous drafts, we'll be like, oh, we not getting a one tech, exactly. we not getting a safety. We might do this. We have no idea what this new coaching staff do. So it's gonna be just as much as a surprise. You know what I mean? So, we'll see.
And I guess to go back to the Chase Young, the Chase Young conversation. I understand that people like Chase Young as a pass rusher, but the guy he needs to get a little bit heavier in the act if he's going to be stopping the run. Because I know people were banging on D-Law because he was struggling against the pass, but he was tasked by sitting in the front, just eating up all these run block. He was run defending the whole time, and we were letting Robert Quinn run free the whole game. So these defensive ends are being asked to do two things at the same time. We're gonna be stopping the run on the way of the quarterback, and we have to see. I'm not sure if Chase Young can do that yet. It might take him a year or two to be able to do that, or he has to put on some more weight for him to be able to do that. Because a lot of these defensive tackles that are coming out of the draft this year, obviously they look like Tyron Smith, long, lanky, really heavy hands. They have good footwork. I've heard some of these offensive tackles. They've been playing basketball, so they're light on their feet. They're very, very quick. Mm-hmm. So it might be hard for these defensive ends to do their job whenever defensive tackle is being asked to be better every year.
That's fair enough, my guy. That's fair enough. That's some fair analysis. I'm with it. But I do think whoever we draft this year, I don't think they're gonna play a big role in what we do this year anyway. Like it may be a small role, but the guys that's been here and the guys that we drafted last year that got a year into the offseason, whatever, I think those guys are gonna be better. Production wise for us, contributors. They're gonna be better contributors.
They'll be role players.
Yeah. Appreciate you, though, my guy. Salute.
Oh yeah. You have a nice evening.
You too, man. So chat box, I'm saying classic albums. I ain't saying good albums. I'm talking classic albums. All Eyes on Me is a classic. Tupacalypse Now was good, but it wasn't a classic. You know what I mean? Like a flat out classic albums. I think Kanye West got 5 of them. Coach Evans, I remember the day. The VMAs came on and he came out there and did Runaway, and we came to practice the next day and everybody was toasting for the douchebags and the assholes. I remember what Kanye West did, and we were singing RoboCop in the locker room. Like, I remember how impactful Kanye's classic albums were. You know what I mean? Classic albums. And Nick Gashler, he not old enough to have this conversation. I saw somebody say Outkast ain't got 5. They got like 3 though. 4. Outkast got Southern Playlist, Stank On You, AT Aliens. No. Scratch. Southern Playalistic, AT Aliens, Aquemini. I don't count Stank On You, but I love Idlewild. And if y'all want to count Love Below Speaker Box, that's more of a solo double disc, but I don't know. We'll see. Let's get into this last call and we'll get back to it. We'll see what happens. What up, Bobby?
Yeah, okay. In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida by Black Sabbath, man.
Hey, my guy. What you got for the show about these safeties here?
Okay, here's the deal. So we got Carl Joseph, and I really don't know that much about him, but I think they're going to cut him or trade him or something.
Okay.
And I don't know nothing about the guy that we got in the 24th pick last year because he didn't play. He got hurt.
Sure.
You still there?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so but what turned me on was I was listening to you talking to Coach, and he does LSU and linebackers, and I was wondering about Patrick Queen.
Queen, yeah. Queen's good. Queen's athletic. Queen's fast. Queen can run. Queen can hit. So I like Queen.
Well, here's the thing: is I was thinking our second pick, we might be able to get him. And by the way, if Simmons gets to 12, Mayock will get him. he ain't gonna get to you at 17, man.
Come on, Raider Bob, man. You got to chill, man. Come on, Raider Bob.
Well, really, man, that guy. I bet he goes like what 5th, 6th. Something like that.
But let me ask you this, though, Raider Bob. Like, y'all let go of Amari Cooper and Brown walked out on y'all. Don't y'all need help at receiver, Raider Bob? Wouldn't you rather Jerry Jeudy over Isaiah Simmons, Raider Bob?
Yeah, but here's the deal. Okay, the wide receivers deep, and now I mean Jerry Jeudy and Simmons. I tell you what, if Jerry Jeudy and or Dede Lamb come up with Simmons, we better take Simmons.
But here's another interesting point, though, Raider Bob. Isaiah Simmons is a safety, in my opinion. He plays safety.
Yeah. He plays all over the place.
He does. Okay, but watch this, though.
Gunther would have an orgasm getting a guy like him.
But do you take Abram off the field to play him as strong safety?
Well, yeah, you got a point there.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Okay, you can trade up.
Fair enough. I'll jump my ass right to 11 and go get Isaiah Simmons. That's the only player I'd trade up for. Damn. I appreciate it, Raider Bob.
You bet. You have a good one, man.
Yes,
I
sir.
enjoy you.
Yes, sir. In 13 minutes, we'll be going over to the other channel not the other channel, but to the other video to watch the rest of the Senior Bowl tape. So we'll just work on that. I thought Kendrick had 4. Section 80, Good Kid, To Pimp a Butterfly. Yeah, Ken got 4. Yeah, my fault. Yeah, Ken got 4. Yeah. Damn, Ken got 4. Well, but wait a minute. So is Damn a classic though? Is Damn a classic or is it a good album? Think about that. Kendrick Lamar, is Damn a classic or a good album? Let's kind of differentiate them. I like Damn a lot, but is it a classic though? Damn got some tracks, but is it a classic though? Anyway, chat box, if y'all have any questions to hit me with, now is your time to hit them. We got 12 minutes until we go into before we go into the next video. That's gonna be the link right there. And hey, let me know. Coach Evans say Ken got 2. A lot of people think like that, Coach Evans. A lot of people say that Good Kid and Pimp Butterfly are his two classes or whatever. But hey, but we'll see. Any question? What's the question? Simmons is a modern NFL linebacker that can cover exceptionally well at safety. He's Taylor Mays. Well, Taylor Mays didn't live up to what he said he was going to be. Taylor Mays was a free safety at USC, I believe. He's a free safety, I believe. Yeah, but we'll see. Hey Voch, who's the best pass protecting running back in the draft? I'll tell you next week. Actually, I'll tell you in April. Because I would have to watch every running back in the draft to know this. So, yeah, I'll have a better answer in April. Voch, if McKinney or Delpit fall to the late 30s or mid 40s, would you trade your third to go get him? Why the hell I ain't draft him at 17? What's the deal? No, I don't want to give up no picks. And if we didn't get him in the first round, there's a reason we didn't get him. So if we passed up on McKinley and Delpit, then that means we must have drafted a gangster. So I'm fine. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with not trading up. I need Nick Gasher to go on somewhere, bro. Like, goodness. Yeah, Nick, you need to cut it out, buddy. You need to cut it back. You wasn't outside, Nick. What you like, 16 now? Yeah, you wasn't outside, Nick. Let it go. What else y'all got? Should the Cowboys tag Dak or just let him go? They should pay Dak all of his money and quit freaking playing with quarterback, or else we should go out there with Matt Castle and be mediocre again. So, yeah. I'm not on that train where this is a question for Dak. I'm not even on that. To be honest, Good Kid, Man City might be my favorite album of all time, but College Dropout and Man on the Moon have an argument. Kid Cudi got fans. I can't knock the Kid Cudi fans. I ain't mad at that. But Kanye got 5. Kanye got 5 undisputed classic albums. Undisputed. I don't even want to argue about it. Jerry Jones wants Brady. Who told you that? What makes you say that, my guy? Let me plug my phone up. I don't want Brady neither. Brady whack, but Brady trash. Like Dak is better than Brady. I don't know why I would get rid of a quarterback and get some older quarterback that's worse than him and that's gonna retire in 2 years or whatever. So I don't know what sense that makes. Who else? Jim in the morning is gonna be all Kanye. Hey man, you gotta man, look, if you sit back and think about it, man, just sit back and think about what Kanye did, man. Kanye got five classic albums and they all sound relatively different. Just think about that, man. Think about what Kanye West sounded like from dropout to late registration. Different. Like heavy conscious stuff, right? To graduation. To 808s. To My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. You know what I mean? Like he got 5 different sounding albums and they all classics. Who else did that? T-Lop. Better than Yeezus. What's T-Lop? T-Lop. What is T-Lop? What the hell is T-Lop? Wayne might have 5 classic projects, but he ain't got 5 classic albums. Dedication 2, Draw 3. You can throw any of them damn squad mixtapes in there. Carter 1, Carter 2. If you want to say Carter 3 a classic, I won't hate you for that. So, okay, cool. The Life Pablo. Sure, the Life Pablo better than Yeezus. Sure, yeah, I guess, yeah, sure. Pablo is not a classic though. Pablo's not a classic. Ultralight Beam is one of his greatest songs ever, but it was not a classic. Hey, Voch, I know it's a dying breed, but any Cam Chancellor types in this draft? I don't think Cam Chancellor strong safeties are a dying breed. I think there's a lot of safeties like Cam Chancellor, you know. But hell, do they just got to be Cam Chancellor, or can they be like Cam Chancellor and better? Because Xavier McKinney can do Cam Chancellor things, and he can also cover nickel receivers. So yeah, it's some Cam Chancellor type stuff. Yeah. DMX ain't got 5 classic albums. No. Wayne, Carter 1 through 4, and Dedication. Well, Carter 4 is not a classic. Carter 3 is fringe, but can be debated. 1 and 2 are definitely classics. Dedication 2 is definitely a classic. But like Wayne had some random release mixtapes that was better than Carter 4. So, what do you think about Antoine Winfield? Oh, you new here? Hit rewind, my guy. I think I'm gonna just go to my old live streams on demand and just take the video and crop down when I did my breakdowns of players and just release them as separate videos, because y'all don't be watching these live streams. Y'all don't be watching these live streams, man. Which do you prefer, the LSU safety or Alabama? Oh, you just got here. Yeah, man, go ahead and hit that rewind button and see what we said earlier. Go ahead, rewind and see what we said earlier. Check out this beautiful bean foot. I think I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to take those streams and break it down, chop them up, and yeah, we'll do that. Voch, any first round defensive players from last year disappoint you? I think it's too early. I grade players in 3 years. It takes me 3 years to evaluate guys, so I don't know if anybody disappointed me yet. I just know it takes players time. It takes players time to turn into the player that they really are. So yeah, I mean, I ain't disappointed nobody. I ain't, it's too soon to be disappointed. Tell you what though, I'm about to beat Final Fantasy 7 when I get up off of this though. Believe that. Was Cooper worth the first that y'all gave up? Absolutely, man. I think Cooper's amazing. I mean, we had the number 1 offense last year. I just think would have had more points on offense if our defense was a little better. So going into it, I think that's what we need to work on. We need to work on our defense. Jared Tillery is straight trash. It's too soon, but he might be trash. I don't know. Voch, did Kyle Duggar show enough at the Senior Bowl for you to take him in the first 3 rounds? I don't know. I don't know. Give me some time. Give me some time to properly evaluate them. It's still February. We got time. We got till April. When will you be talking quarterbacks? I feel like I talk quarterback on the show. Y'all be missing these shows, man. Y'all can absolutely go find a show we've talked about these people. We've talked about Joe Tua, Justin Jordan, and Jake. Yeah. And Jacob. Damn. Joe, Justin, Jordan, Jake, and Jacob. Fuck's all these J's for? Y'all just noticed that? Besides Tua kind of separated. You know, he kind of took the J's up out of there. But damn, yeah, that's crazy. Everybody got all them J's. That's crazy. But yeah, I'll probably talk quarterback again, my guy. We'll do quarterback another day, but not today. Not today. But another day we'll get into quarterbacks, whatever. Hey, y'all saw Jameis Winston went and got LASIK so that he could see. Yeah, incognito. You just said, yeah, just like Jameis got LASIK. Like Jameis threw 30 touchdowns and couldn't see. He threw 5,000 yards with his eyes closed. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that something? What if Jameis was the GOAT? He just couldn't see this whole time. The developments. The developments. Oh, shucks, man. That's hilarious. Yeah, that motherfucker been blind the whole time. Right. He can't see. Yeah, buddy. James trying to get that money. That's why he went to get LASIK. Imagine what I could do when I can see. He looking like a Kanye squinting ass. Hey, everybody, if you're a Cowboy follower or whatever, you keep up with a Kanye media, just go over there, check on him, and make sure that he's doing all right. Just let him know that you're praying for him, that you're thinking about him. He's going through a hard time with his family right now. You know what I mean? It's not my business to put his business out. You know what I mean? So if he wants to address it, I'll let him do that. But he is in a time of need. So y'all just going over there, give him a virtual hug and let him know that you're thinking about him. All right. Just make sure that y'all send some love and condolences his way. Let's see. I only like Winston when he was at Florida State. I feel you on that, my guy. I feel you on that. Wake up Foots. Yeah, Foots just ain't working right now. Foots just on vacation. Peep though, y'all, at 7:15, we're going to go watch day 2. This is going to be the South practice or whatever. I got all the footage from the one-on-ones for the South practice. So we're going to go over there and watch that video right now that's premiering right now. So I'm posting this link. Y'all click that link, and when you get over there, let me know that you're coming straight from the live stream. All right. So we get to watch the South guys. That's the KingLombardi guys, Marlon Davidson. Who else was on the South team? I'm brain farting right now, but yeah, we basically get to watch the pass rushers and the offensive line from the South team. So go on over there and check those guys out. All right. Y'all hold it down for the Doski Woski. These are the links. Hit the links. And when you get there, let me know that you came from the live stream. I appreciate y'all for being here, man. Salute. Peace, man. Y'all have a good day now, man. Love y'all, man.